Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Tactical Brewing. This is one of the better regarded breweries in the Orlando area, so really awesome to dig into one of the cooler breweries in the area, and my first beer reviewed from them. But this is Tactical Brewing. This is their Aztec Death Whistle. This is an Imperial White Stout brewed with coffee, cinnamon, habanero, and chocolate, 9%. So beautiful label on that. Actually, I was part of a homebrew meeting where one of the owners, Chris, did a Q&A. One of the few certified cicerones in the area. Very educated gentleman. So really awesome to dig into that, but we're going to dig into one of the beers. Very small system they have. They actually have the nice problem of not being able to produce enough beer for the demand for their area. So really awesome. Again, one of the breweries I recommend in the Orlando area. But the beer comes in actually more like a deep gold to light amber color, pretty dark for white stout. Medium bubble header on that. Fresh habanero driving on the aroma. Just like so obvious when you get the peppers. Coffee. So it's that like peppery habanero thing. Full blind, it almost comes off like a Chocovesa kind of thing, but it doesn't have the roast underneath it. It's all that peppery, cinnamony kind of thing. Smells awesome, and underneath you do definitely get some of the undernotes. Like it's not obvious, but like there's chocolate, cinnamon in here. Yeah, I mean it's actually just mostly the habanero, coffee, and cinnamon with a little bit of chocolate maybe. Anyway, cheers. White stout with all those flavors. Very peppery. Pretty dangerous. For 9%, wow, that is very crushable. It just like sort of washes away in the palate. A little bit of heat driving on at the back end, but it's actually just, you know, pretty beer-ish for a beer that is supposed to be, you know, like Aztec Death Whistle. It really doesn't like explode too much of like obvious intense flavors. Granted, you definitely get that from something like Chocobesa because you're doing with a white stout which doesn't have those kind of intense flavors. The roasted malt, it actually has really nice flavors. It's a very pretty beer. You know, you get a little bit of fluffy, almost like vanilla qualities. I suspect that's from possible use of malt or just like lactose, but I guess there's no lactose in here, but I guess there's a fluffy kind of like intense amount of wheat that they might use in here. There's a weedy kind of just like nice fluffiness, a little bit of like fruity spice goes on, a little bit of like cinnamon and all that beautiful characteristics, and then a little bit of coffee. It's just like, it plays quite nicely. Coffee, cinnamon, a little bit of light fruity pepper, a little bit of light green kind of like vegetable kind of thing going on in the back end. A little bit of booze on the back end. Not necessarily a very sweet beer that could use that kind of white stout kind of thing. It's good. It's just meh. It shows this adjunct flavor without what I believe a kind of like residual sweetness and big adjunct beer that can really, you know, hold up to this. I think it needs that kind of white, quote unquote, stout kind of thing to it. It needs some more richness. It needs a little bit more body and like residual sweetness to really hold up the beer a little bit better. Still tasty. It's good. This for me, 88. This is Aztec Death Whistle. Until next time, guys. Cheers from Tactical. Try them out. I do believe they put out some good stuff. So if you're in the Orlando area, check them out. Until next time, guys. Cheers.